What is going on, guys? It's TK and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to dive into Legends League with this strategy, of course, and show you some of my attacks that I have been recorded and give you all the tips and tricks so you can execute this plan and basically this strategy perfectly to get your nice triples, because obviously like this strategy is the only one that I was able to do 320 cups a day regularly. So I'm going to kind of share you all the like little things and little details that you can do to make sure you're still getting those triples and not be left out behind when doing higher ranks. Because obviously, as you know, if you miss a single attack, if you fail 2 attacks, you're going to go minus, and in Legends League is a tough thing to do. And yes, I'm currently getting a bit cooked in High Legends, and yeah, 96 defense. I mean, I'll take that. If I do 320, I'll still kind of get +9. Hopefully I'll get more defenses just like yesterday base was amazing. But yeah, in general, I want to show you this strategy first, give you all the tips and tricks, and if you like this video and kind of if this video does really good, I will bring you my Legends League attacks with this army. I'm currently doing the Fireball army as well, as you saw from my previous videos, but I'm kind of liking the dragons. But obviously, because of my other accounts, I'm using like, you know, the minion prints and upgrading it, you know, basically I don't have it. So yeah, that's why I'm doing 2 armies, because some of the accounts I don't actually have the minion print. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's move on and see this video. So here we are on the first attack, and we have this Itsu's base. And don't worry, I actually have Itsu's other base layout in this video as well, because obviously it's a lot in Legends League. Like, it's very common to see one of his bases, and I really wanted to show you how to take it down, because obviously you're gonna see it. So we have this very weird base with the town hall in the core and the fire spitters pointing at each other. Now I'm gonna go ahead with the RC walk on the side of this base to try to get the value, and I always RC walk into the Giga Bomb, because obviously, like, not always into the Giga Bomb, but like if I have a choice of either RC walking this side with the Giga Bomb or the opposite side that is without, I choose this side with, because there is going to be less traps and less likely of an early tornado that is going to be very much devastating than the Giga Bomb, because Giga Bomb obviously it does damage your RC, but you're gonna generate back the HP anyway. So you can see we're diving into this base, taking down these buildings and defenses from the complete left hand side of the base. This will give you a clear access to the town hall from where the hero hall and the spitters are. So that's the plan basically. And here I really wanted to take the Inferno, so I was waiting and giving my RC a bit more time. I know we took some damage, but the key thing here is now what to do with the RC. Now I'm gonna go with that Stone Slammer. You're gonna see me using the Siege Barks on this army, going with the Dragons and of course Minion Prince and the Warden. Here is where you drop your RC around the opposite side of where you dropped your Queen. Sometimes if you need better funnel, you drop her a bit more closer to your Queen. But on this case, I really wanted to get the top side, and notice the Stone Slammer perfectly making the funnel, Queen perfectly making the funnel, and we are diving into the base with the Minion Prince ability. I usually, maybe 7 out of 8 attacks, I pop the Minion Prince ability before I pop the Warden. This gives me a lot more value with the Warden ability when I'm diving into the base. Now here is where I pop the Warden ability when I'm seeing these dragons getting divided, because you saw we got divided into 3 groups. This means if you pop the Warden ability, you're gonna have 3 invincible dragons around the base in case they go too much separated and find traps or enemy heroes. And look how crushing this is. I don't know how many dragons I have. It's 3 on the lower side, it's 6 in the core, 2 on the top side. It's insane how this strategy still works. And obviously Supercell also mentioned with the nerf of the RC boots, they said that the more invisibility is still viable strategies, but you're gonna see why some people not using it anymore. We're here up next against another Itsu's base, and you know this base if you've been pushing in Legends in the past few weeks. And yes, this is a very toxic base for Root Riders, but guess what? not for dragons. Now what I do is to send my RC where the minion prince is. As I said, some of these bases may be edited, but in general I'm sending these RC from the multi-archer tower compartment. The other three are the ricochet cannons ones. So the multi-archer tower is obviously a threat to the dragons. That's why I choose this side, and also this way, as I told you, we're gonna dive into the Gigabomb. That is one of the main goals. Like, I want my RC to go to the Gigabomb, and you might be saying, well, like, this is crazy. This is the first time I'm seeing a YouTuber saying they want to send their RC into Gigabomb. And yes, that's me. Nice to meet you. But that is how the Gigabomb will not affect anything else in your army. So you can see how with this access we miss the well, poison tower on the top side. We also going to miss out on a lot of damage that is going to be on top of our dragons, because we just took down 2 multi-archer towers, and that is amazing. Now once I see the outer layer of the base has too much damage, the last base didn't, but this one is a lot more, so I'm going with the siege barracks to help the queen on the outside take down the buildings. Going with the dragons, and notice again, this is the other key thing with the RC drop. Complete opposite side. Do not be scared of dropping the RC, because you got the Phoenix with her. She's gonna go deep into the base, take down even the enemy royal champion, maybe even the enemy clan castle sometimes, and even more value. Now again, notice my abilities. The minion prince and the warden abilities are the 2 most important ones, but in this case, because we were going too much in the damage, I went with the minion prince ability, and soon I'm going to pop the warden, because obviously the base has a lot of damage and I'm losing out on a lot of dragons. So popping the warden on this base before the minion prince would also work nicely in your favor. So you can pop the minion prince, for example, right in this case as you're seeing. It's just about like the choices, right? You have to choose, okay, the damage is too much, I'm gonna go with the warden ability, or no, the damage will be too much later in the base, so I'm gonna go with the minion prince ability first, then keep the warden for later. And you can see again how crushing these attacks come down to. And as I said, the multi-archer towers, obviously 2 of them going down is a very good thing for the dragons, because you don't have to go through them anymore entirely, and this is how we got itsu's bases down, both of them. So let's move on to some regular bases. Now, of course, these type of bases are a lot in Legends League, with the double poison and kind of the town hall in the core. That's why I'm bringing this to you, because you're gonna see multiple variety of them. Now again, on this attack, I'm going to dive into around the area where, of course, we're not gonna dive into the poison tower. Usually I don't want to do that, but if the base doesn't give any more value, yeah, why not? We're just gonna dive into the poison. But no, not on this attack. So you can see the value I'm going for. Again, the RC here is really random. Like, I don't care if she goes to the left or she goes to the right. I'm gonna adapt depending on what path she chooses, because you can see the Teslas. This is something you cannot control. She could go right, she could come back left, she could then again go for the town hall, as in this attack, it's gonna happen. So this base is designed, nothing goes to the town hall. But guess what? My RC just dive into it. It's like, whatever. Now I'm gonna adapt, because I already know I was gonna attack from the right side behind that fire spitter. I've done other attacks that I go into the fire spitters and it's kind of falling short. So I learned my lesson. And now I'm gonna go in with that stone slammer from that kind of dragon area, and of course minion prince and the warden. Notice how I dropped them. I know I wasted my queen, because obviously even with the siege barracks, especially with the CC come out, there was nothing that my queen could have done in this attack. And this is how the bases are designed. Well, the outer layer have a lot of damage. So going with the RC where the queen couldn't have gotten, and now you can see with the RC clearing this kind of outer layers, the dragons will stay more inside the base and not going too much to the outside. And notice again, warden ability and minion prince ability, how I timed them. Pop the minion prince first because we were going into the first poison tower, and now I'm gonna pop the warden ability once we're negating the second poison tower. This is working also with the rage tower, so you can pop the minion prince ability into the first rage tower and pop the warden on the next one if you didn't get a single one of them with the RC charge. But again, just look at this amount of dragons you have. And the other key thing that I want to mention, and I don't see many YouTubers mentioning it, is the healing tome. The healing tome is one of the big reasons that I triple a lot of my attacks because I'm able to pop the warden super late. If you have the rage gem, your dragons will not be able to do that because they will be really low on HP once you pop the warden ability, and they will never generate that HP back. So with the healing tome, you just have that extra ability, and if something else is really low, you can get them back to full HP. Next up, we have a double rage, and I wanted to bring this setup because obviously you're gonna see it in Legends, let's be honest, and simple as that, I'm diving right into the one of the rage towers. And the way these bases are sometimes designed, they do have some Teslas on the outside layer or maybe the first layer, so just watch out, okay? Be ready to adapt. This is all about adapting. Like Legends League is all about adapting. You can't really just like sit back and relax and drop, invisibility. You have to be ready in case something happens that you were not expecting. You can save that RC or the attack in general. Going with the invisibility on that multi-archer tower so we can go into the core. Now these bases, usually when I see a box and I see the town hall super further away, especially with two sweepers pointing away, guys, don't make it hard for yourself. Just go spam right into the town hall, and that is what I'm gonna do on this attack. So I'm popping the RC on that last hit to get that defense done and dusted. Unfortunately, I didn't have the siege barracks on this attack. I would have dropped it on this side that I dropped this, stone slammer to get the P.E.K.K.A.s into the areas and clear more. Dropping the queen on the top side, dropping more dragons to keep the funnel into the town hall. As I said, drop the RC on the fully opposite side of the base and get the value, get the funnel for your dragon so they don't go shopping. Like literally, look at this RC. Like keep the look at her. She's gonna go down, but look at this. Her ability on the Phoenix will come back, take down the Queen, take down the Ricochet Cannon, activate the Giga Bomb, and this is value. What we talk about value is this exact thing. That Phoenix gave her so much value, and look at this Warden ability, catching everything. Of course, now you can see when the Queen takes out that building, because the RC drop was perfect, the dragons will come to the base. They won't go fully to the outside. You're still going to get through every base with this approach, but obviously some bases are different, some traps are placed perfectly. And on this attack, yeah, the back end monolith is really hurting us, but guess what? Because of that Warden Healing Tome, we had a lot more full HP dragons that you guys may have thought, and we have like 7 dragons on the lower side. Like, who is killing these dragons? And obviously, you need a good value with the RC charge, but the most important thing is a good funnel. You seeing this, like we get big funnels with the startup, and then later the RC is the one to make even more funnel for the dragons. So as I said, they don't go shopping, but that is how we got this double rage base setup. And one thing you need to make sure, and you're going to see it on the next attack, is time. Yes, the only problem with DRC charges is if you can't manage your time, you are going to fall short. And what we're going to see is in the next attack. Now, there is a reason that I brought you this strategy with like a kind of, I would say, like an edited version of it. Because back then, I used to have 16 dragons and the Stone Slammer, and that is what I always used to do. But here, I have a minion, I have a few loons, I have an archer, these are the things that will make you like get better, obviously, and not time fail. But sometimes, even myself, I'm a bit, what do you even call that? Like, I kind of want to drop everything so much earlier. Okay, I don't keep things. I need to keep things more, and that is the key thing. So on this attack, even with the Teslas, we're still gonna go in because my whole idea was to dive into this poison tower. But you can't dive straight into it because we all know these spaces, they have those traps early on. The bomb towers, even the poison itself is not gonna give you so much value if you dive right into it, and you won't get other values as well. Now here is where I noticed with the poison tower, I can't get the scatter shot, but I really can get the other defense because of the HP it has, and now we're gonna recall. So On the other side, you can see how many layers this base have. So I'm going to go with the Siege Barracks Queen with a dragon. You can see the funnel I'm setting. It's beautiful. Like the way we're getting this funnel is something that if you don't do, it's gonna be costly. Opposite side RC. So at least if my dragons move around the base, notice how after the poison tower, they can come back to the core because there is nothing on the top side. Look at the top 12 o'clock. There is going to be nothing left. So this way, even if you miss the town hall, there is no chance of a 1-star. I've seen so many people 1-starring these bases, but look at the funnel we're getting. You can't 1-star this if you have this funnel with the RC drop. That's why I prefer recall over the revive spell. Your RC can give you so much value, and I mistakenly popped the warden ability a bit bad because there was no damage on the dragons that were on the town hall, but once the town hall goes down is, as I said on the first attack, when the dragons split. That's when I wanted to go with the warden ability, and unfortunately I didn't. So that way, those dragons would have actually stayed alive more and get more value. But notice, because I don't have any minions or archers, the back end of this base is really gonna matter and it's gonna hurt us. But I'm going with the minion prince ability, and you can see why. Maybe out of 8 attacks, 7 times I popped the minion prince before the warden, because the back end is just so much weaker, and the back end is like doesn't give you too much minion prince value, but if you pop it at the beginning, you're gonna get most of the base frozen, those spell towers, those rage core compartments frozen, and that's how you can then pop the later warden ability. So a few mistakes made on this attack, but you can see the power of the strategy. But obviously everything needs its own practice, and this attack is unfortunately gonna be 99%, which is unfortunate, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have anything else you want to mention, make sure you leave it down below in the comments, and make sure you join the Discord channel that I'm gonna be linking in the description down below. There is gonna be bases for you for CWL, and if you get access for more bases, make sure you check out the membership of this channel, and hopefully you guys have an amazing CWL, an amazing day. Make sure you also recommend if you want to see any other strategies on the channel, and see you soon tomorrow. Take care. Peace.